Good morning, believers. Pastor Barry Lancaster here with Living in the Waters Ministries, and this is another episode of This Pastor's Perspective. Our scripture today comes from Philippians 1:27 and says, "Only let your conduct be worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear of your affairs, that you stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel." My favorite phrase out of this verse is, let your conduct be worthy of the gospel of Christ. Another translation says, live a life worthy of the gospel of Christ. Another translation says, let your conversation be worthy of the gospel of Christ. I've loved this verse ever since the first time God showed it to me. And I'd like to say that I've been perfect with it ever since, but I haven't been. But it has been my life's goal, and it's still my life's goal to this day. A life worthy of the gospel of Christ. What does that look like? Well, to me, that looks like a life that incorporates Jesus into every aspect of it. Every decision, every action, every conversation, everywhere I go. 24/7, 365. Jesus at the center of everything I do. That's a life worthy of the gospel. Okay? What about grace? Grace is wonderful. Grace is amazing. It is not, however, an excuse for sin. Grace is an empowerment to help us become victorious over sin and a covering until we get there. Am I saying the believer's never going to sin again? Absolutely not. But what I am saying is that we're expected by God to persevere to the point to where we are victorious more often than we're not. We do this by the washing of the water by the word. The Bible's full of instructions on how the sanctification process starts, and we get more holy as we go. You'll never be perfect as long as you walk this earth. But here's the reason for this. It's not about just getting yourself into heaven. It's about reaching the lost out there. And until we reach them for Jesus, then we're not living a life worthy of the gospel. But here's the trick. They've got to see it. They've got to see it in your walk. They're not going to hear it in your talk if they don't see it in your walk. So look, it's time to quit wallowing in grace, armor up, get in the fight to reach the lost, start living a life truly worthy of the gospel. Stay blessed. Be blessed. This is Pastor Barry, and this is This Pastor's Perspective.